This is for my class, African Culture Influences. Africanisms is defined as a characteristically African culture feature, such as a belief or custom. Today, we will discuss the many forms of Africanisms and a brief history of how it has been formed. Today, we will talk about Africanisms in the Black Church. My name is Kenyetta Presswood. This is for my class, African Culture Influences. Africanisms is defined as a characteristically African culture feature, such as a belief or custom. Today, we will discuss the many forms of Africanisms and a brief history of how it has been incorporated in today's black churches. A brief history. Africanism's origins lies deep within the struggles of the African American people against enslavement. This time of struggle goes back as far as slaves' resistance on slave ships. Dr. W.E. Du Bois was the one convening the first Pan-African Congress in 1919. As the history continues, Trans-Africa commissioned a study in 1999 on Africanisms in America. It details that the influence of Africa on U.S. culture, music, language, traditions, cuisines, agriculture, and general culture. But the ones that we're going to talk about today are dance, preaching, and how it relates to call and response in the black church. Dance. Africans and African Americans are very rhythmic people. African culture and African American slave culture both gave and contributed to American style in dancing. Drums are important in African dancing. The dancer imitates the drum beat by moving different parts of the body in the same rhythmic fashion. A bit more of the history is, for most black people, the church provided shelter, temporary community theaters, and concert halls that was used for an array of programs and secular plays. Black churches during slavery as well as today's black churches are very influential in song and praise. This is a picture of an African warrior dancer. Call and response. Call and response falls into two separate categories, preaching and playing of the drum. The definition for call and response involves the audience. It is a defining characteristic of African American music. It involves the audience, keeping them engaged, and it transcends the partitions of audience and performance. In conclusion, I would just like to thank you all for watching. Hopefully I've educated you all on Africanisms and how they have been incorporated into modern day black church, with a brief history of Africanisms such as dance and call and response. Thank you. My name is Kenyetta Presswood.